Okay, today is the day. I finally get to fill you in on a little secret that I've been keeping from everyone. So everyone knows that I like mechanics and I like to get my hands dirty with race cars. And because of racing, it's going to be stepping up next year, and I really need to be focusing on racing the car rather than the mechanic side of things. So I thought, well, I still love mechanics and I still like working on cars. So away from the racetrack, I decided to get myself a little bit of a project car. So without any further ado, let me show you what it is. Okay, so the story behind the BMW E36. So originally I actually really wanted a Z31 300 ZX, but after talking to a few people, I was quickly kind of steered away from that. But a few of the vehicles that some people suggested would be good was the BMW E36, a 180, also, what was the other car? Oh my gosh, a Skyline. But literally, as soon as I started seeing the prices on them, whew, you know that tax that I'm talking about? Yeah, through the roof. So I decided to go with the BMW E36. I thought it would be a really fun build. But when I started looking at them, I was actually, the day, I got it a couple of weeks ago, and literally the day I was over like the other side of the city, like an hour and a half away from my house, and looking at like a nursery and a pot plant, and I searched on Gumtree and on Car Sales, and I found two. So I found a 4-door and also a 2-door. I went and looked at the 4-door first. I really didn't have much of a preference between the 2-door or the 4-door. I had a look at the 4-door, fell in love with it, but the price just wasn't right for what shape the car was actually in. So I went and had a look at this 2-door. It was really late at night, about 7 o'clock at night, negotiated the guy down, got a good price for it, went all the way back to my place, got the trailer, went all the way back, and I think by the time that I got back to my house it was like 11 p.m. at night. So it was a pretty big day, but I am super happy with the car. I absolutely love it and I cannot wait for this build. So she is a really straight, clean car. I had her up on the hoist a few days ago, and no rust, very clean, and it looks like she's never been in an accident, which is really good. There is a few things that need to be fixed and replaced, like the paint job is not that good. I mean, it's an old car, so you know, you've got to expect that things. Plus, being a drift car, I will be wrapping it or painting it, so not that big of an issue. You've got a few like these weather trim shields things. They're gonna need to be replaced. I love a car that, like, even if it's old, it's got like really nice trim. The suspension in this car, even though I will be replacing it, absolutely shocked. The engine as well. But before I go to the engine, let's have a look at the interior. Now, okay, the engine is not running healthy. So I've just done the Instagram live diagnostic of what is wrong with this Beamer, and it seems like it is a blown head gasket. So cylinder 2 is the culprit. There is a whole heap of coolant just coming out of it. When I did the compression test, it just literally, when I was doing the 4th cylinder compression test, it just spat out everywhere, and like looking into it, all you can see is bloody coolant. At least we know what the problem is. Not great that it's a blown head gasket, but to be honest, the plans for this vehicle is not to keep this engine in it. So, not the end of the world, but just a bit crap that I can't have a little bit of fun with it with the current engine that's in it. And I really would have loved to have a healthy engine so that I could go have it registered and go do some days, have it a bit of like a daily driver as well. But there's one problem that I need to fix before turning it into a drift car, and that is, yep, that's correct. It is an automatic. Now, when I was originally looking at this car, I knew it was automatic, but I started researching about how hard / easy it would be to turn into a manual. And surprisingly, I feel like it is going to be fairly easy. I mean, I'll make another video and we'll see exactly how easy / difficult it's going to be. But the inside of the car, I absolutely love it. So this dash, it comes out, so it's really kind of for the driver. The trim in the car, I mean, it is going to get all replaced, but I mean, hey, it's in pretty good nick. So I mean, given the age of the car, it is still like it's been looked after, which is really good. So coming back to the engine, now it's going to need replacing, and I think I've got a few options, and I think I know what I want to put in it, but I would love to know in the comments of what you think that I should put in the car as a drift car. So comment below, and maybe if someone guesses it right, or maybe you can convert me into putting something different into it. But it's going to be a really, really sick build, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so now you guys know what I'm going to be working on for the next couple of months. While I'm still finding budget and some money for the build of this car, my next video is going to actually be on my daily car, which is a Nissan Pulsar. Bit of a cosmetic upgrade to the dashboard. So click the subscribe button, click the notification buttons, you know the drill. But most importantly, I really want to see in the comments of what you reckon I should do the engine swap for this car with.